Hey, what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. I haven't done a video in a while, been pretty busy, so I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. Going to take a look. I've got a pair of Smith & Wessons here tonight. This is the SD9 and the SD40VE versions. A little bit different from some of the older SD models and some of the old Sigma models that people might be familiar with. They've made some improvements in some areas and then taken some things away in other areas, but overall it's a pretty nice gun for what you're going to spend on it. Smith & Wesson basically had the SD version, which was a pretty popular pistol for one reason, and it was the price point. And they've kind of retained that with these models, and they look pretty similar in some ways. What you've lost is the black coating on the stainless top, and you've lost the front night sight from the old SD models. Aside from that, it does have some enhancements that we can go over. Basically, these guns are designed, this is the 40 that's in my hand here, designed to be kind of a more economical version as compared to maybe the M&P lineup. It's a polymer framed striker fired pistol, and it's a pretty nice gun if you're looking for, say, a starter gun or a good home defense gun for a nice cost. These are a good option. Again, chambered in 40 or 9mm. I've got both here in there. They're virtually identical except for the chambering. Every gun ships with 2 magazines. The 40 caliber ships with a 14 round magazine, 2 of them. The 9mm ships with a 16 round magazine, 2 of them. They are not set up ambidextrously. They're mostly set up for a right-handed shooter. Magazine release is on the left. Slide lock also on the left. There's no manual safety on these guns. Essentially, it just has the same trigger style break action safety that the M&Ps do. It does not have the changeable back straps either, but it does have a nice checkering. I do like the grip angle and the feel of the grip overall. No complaints there. As far as the serrations and things on the slide, they're a little bit different than the M&P. Not as many of them, maybe not as deeply cut or easy to grip as the M&P, but still perfectly serviceable. No issues there at all. These guns do actually break down in more of a Glock style breakdown than the M&Ps do with the lever that you pull and deal with there. This is more like a Glock in the way it breaks down. They do come with a accessory rail. So, you know, I've talked many times before about how I like to have a lighter laser. Got your rail there for it. Traditional 3-dot sights. I believe the SD had metal rear sights and a front night sight. This does away with all that. These are plastic sights, 3-dot pattern. Nothing great, but not bad either. Perfectly serviceable sights there. The big kicker to this gun is the price point, and like I said, these are going to retail between $350 and probably $370 depending upon where you get them and availability. And that is the big thing. You're getting a Smith & Wesson branded pistol, and you're getting it at a pretty reasonable price. One thing that a lot of people, if they knew the Sigma line, are aware of was that it had a pretty lousy trigger. In the SD40 and SD9VE, they have upgraded the trigger some. It's still a little harder pull and a longer pull, but it's not bad. It's fairly consistent. You saw it broke pretty cleanly. Let me give you another look at it here. There, it's a decent break for a striker fired pistol. You know, it's kind of what you're used to for a double action only gun, so I don't really have a lot of complaints there. Here's the 9, and you can see it's same pull. Actually, that one feels a little bit lighter than the 40 did, but a good gun all around. You know, we sell a lot of these guns, especially at the price point that they are. They're a good looking gun. You know, I don't have any complaints with the looks. And it's going to be a good home defense gun. Definitely not a concealed carry type gun. Far too wide and too large. It's a full frame pistol for that application. But, you know, for a nightstand gun or a truck gun, something like that, it's going to work perfectly. I will say, you know, some of these guns we're finding our shipping with 10 round magazines. This 9mm happens to be one of those. Just because of the availability, this video is being made towards the end of February 2013. Very difficult to find guns in any, caliber and high capacity. So we're finding that we're having to settle for some of these 10 rounders. But same gun, you're just going to have to find a high capacity magazine. So, knock me in the comments all you want. We get what we get, and we'll sell it regardless, because people realize that guns are really tough to get right now, especially for a good value, which is what you're looking at here. So check them out. SD9VE SD40VE from Smith & Wesson. I think you'll be surprised at the quality of the build compared to some of the older stuff that's out there. Yeah, you lost the night sights compared to the SD, but I think it's still overall, for a $350 gun, cannot go wrong there. So check them out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.